on once again, this is on a size 12. I forgot to say that these are size 12. This is a Moonlit MLO 52 dry fly hook. This is going to be a CDC Bubble Caddis. If you've ever watched Davey McPhail tie, he ties a lot of these patterns. So I'm going to be putting hackle in at the front. So you can see I started my thread about a third of the way back as a visual guide for myself. And then I'm going to bring my thread a little ways up. And then I'm going to take just a couple of 2 CDC fibers. And then you can see that these fibers have a natural curve to them. So when I line those up, I want the curved portion facing down like this. I'm going to gather all the ends, tie those in with a pinch wrap, and then I can pull the ends forward. And hopefully, if everything stayed straight, they still have that curved part facing down. Go ahead and cover everything up. And bring your thread back to the end and take whatever dubbing you'd like. This is the light olive, Beaver Plus.
Is your light olive actually olive, or is it like a weird blue, green, teal color?
What's that?
Is yours actually olive?
I think so.
Gotta look at yours.
I'm colorblind, so it's hard for me to see. You'll have to come and look at the afterwards. So I don't want to put too much because I got to save room for the hackle. So now I'm going to take those two, CDC fibers, and just make a bit of a bubble with them. Once I've got it where I want, then I'm going to tie those in, and hopefully it'll stay on top of the hook. So then I'm going to cover up the butts. And find a appropriate sized hackle. Let's see. So I always tie, can you see that? So I left a little bit more on the bottom. I've got the shiny side facing me. So the intention is that when I start to wrap the hackle, I want the first thing to be contacting the
4 o'clock on the casting pond. Marty Howard doing the snake cast.
the first thing I want to be contacting the shank is a bare stem. If you tie it in right where the hackle fibers start, and if you start to tie it in, they're gonna go all over the place. So I'm gonna leave myself a little bit of a gap. Now I've got a little bit of a ramp that's sloping down towards the eye of the hook, and if I start wrapping it just like this, it's a fairly smooth ramp, so the hackle's going to tend to want to slide down, and I want those wraps to be nice and close and touching. So I'm going to bring my thread back to where I tied in the hackle, and now as I wrap, that's going to keep the thread, that's going to keep the hackle from slipping down the slope, and each wrap is going to advance the thread. Fibers back. Got one straggler I'll take care of afterwards. Go ahead and put in a whip finish. Snip off the thread and then clip off the hackle. And I mean, if you don't want all these wispy things on them, go ahead and trim them off. But it gives it a buggy look. So that's CDC Bubble Caddis.